The wind whispers across a desolate plain, carrying with it fine gray dust, the last breath of a catastrophe that happened centuries ago. For generations, this landscape was thought to be barren, its past erased by fire and stone. But beneath the hardened crust of volcanic ash, something impossible waited in silence, a sprawling city, untouched since the very moment its people vanished. Not destroyed, not decayed, but perfectly preserved. What secrets could such a place hold? Advanced technology? Lost languages? Forgotten gods? Today, we descend into the ashes to uncover an ancient metropolis trapped in time, a place where every street, every artifact, and every shadow tells the story of a civilization erased from history in a single, breathless moment. The first signs. It began with a flicker on a satellite scan, faint, geometric shadows beneath a volcanic plateau. At first, experts thought it was a glitch, the kind of artifact digital imaging sometimes produces. But when researchers enhanced the images, they saw the unmistakable outline of streets, plazas, and towering structures. A ground team was dispatched, armed with ground-penetrating radar. The readings were staggering, a network of roads, a vast marketplace, and structures rising several stories high, all sealed beneath a dense shell of ash and pumice. The team realized they weren't looking at ruins in the usual sense. There was no gradual decay, no erosion over centuries. The city seemed to have been frozen mid-breath, caught in the instant before life stopped. When the first excavation tunnel broke through the ash, it revealed a stone-paved street as pristine as the day it was last walked on. In one home, a table was still set for a meal, bowls filled with hardened grain, as if the occupants expected to return. It was as if the city had been locked away in a time capsule, untouched by looters, weather, or time itself. And the deeper they dug, the stranger it became. The day the sky fell. Volcanologists studying the site believe the eruption was unlike any in recorded history. There was no slow buildup of earthquakes or smoke to warn the people. Instead, a sudden explosion tore the volcano open, unleashing a pyroclastic surge, a lethal wave of superheated ash, rock, and gas moving faster than a hurricane. In less than a minute, the entire city was buried under meters of volcanic debris. But here's the paradox: the same force that should have destroyed everything instead preserved it. The ash sealed the city in an oxygen-free environment, halting decay. Inside one temple, archaeologists found murals depicting not only the volcano that buried the city, but a second peak, strangely absent from modern geography. These paintings suggest the people may have understood the cycle of destruction, perhaps even anticipating it. Even more baffling was the discovery of an intricate water system, stone aqueducts and pressurized fountains, technology that should not have existed in this era. It was here that the first hints emerged of a civilization far more advanced than previously believed, and perhaps connected to other ancient cultures thousands of miles away. Secrets in the ash. As excavation expanded, researchers uncovered a cluster of massive, windowless buildings. The walls were reinforced with a stone and metal composite unknown to local geology, hinting at a lost form of construction. Inside one chamber, a bronze disc covered in unfamiliar symbols was found, its precision suggesting knowledge of astronomy, or something more. Nearby, sealed vaults contained scrolls so fragile that exposure to air risked disintegration. For now, they remain in climate-controlled containment, waiting for translation. One vault held something even more puzzling, a collection of metal tools with no signs of corrosion, their edges still razor-sharp after centuries. Metallurgists are baffled: the alloy does not match any known ancient formula. Equally strange were the skeletal remains found deep within the market district. Unlike typical burials, these were collapsed mid-step, caught in the act of fleeing. Some still carried ornate jewelry and ceremonial masks, suggesting they were part of a festival or ritual when disaster struck. Whatever happened here, it was instant. And yet, certain clues hint that the people may have known their fate was sealed, and left something behind intentionally for the future to find. The forgotten city speaks. Walking through the excavated streets today feels like trespassing into another world. Every detail, from carved doorframes to the grooves of cart wheels in the stone, tells a story of a society both practical and deeply spiritual. Archaeologists have nicknamed it the Ashen Metropolis, though its true name remains a mystery. What is clear is that it was not an isolated settlement. Imported pottery, exotic spices, and artifacts from distant cultures suggest it was a major trading hub, perhaps even a capital of a forgotten empire. But one question haunts every researcher: why has history erased it? Some believe survivors deliberately destroyed all records of the city, fearing it was cursed. Others think the catastrophe was part of a greater regional collapse that erased multiple civilizations from memory. There are whispers among researchers of another possibility, that the city's destruction was not entirely natural. That the eruption might have been triggered. Until more of the city is uncovered, the truth remains buried beneath centuries of silence. One thing is certain: this frozen city is more than an archaeological site, it is a message from the past, sealed in ash, waiting for us to finally understand. The awakening beneath the ash. The air was still for a moment, too still. The explorers stood in the central chamber, their footsteps echoing off the ancient stone. Then, a deep, resonating rumble shook the ground beneath them. Dust and ash cascaded from the ceiling like a silent snowfall, and a faint, unnatural glow seeped from the cracks in the floor. "It's waking up," one of them whispered. The stone beneath their feet began to split, revealing something metallic, a forgotten machine, its gears the size of houses, grinding for the first time in centuries. The sound was deafening, as though the city itself had taken a breath after a 1,000-year slumber. Suddenly, from deep within the chamber, a massive silhouette emerged through the haze. It wasn't fully human, nor fully machine. Its towering frame glinted with fragments of bronze and obsidian, and two cold, blue lights burned where eyes should have been. The ground quaked again. Outside, a violent ash storm erupted, swallowing the city in swirling black clouds streaked with crimson lightning. The explorers could barely see the exit, only a faint golden light in the distance. The ancient guardian took a step forward. And the city began to collapse around them. With no choice left, they ran, leaping over fallen pillars, dodging showers of stone, the roar of the awakened machine echoing behind them. And somewhere, deep within the city's ruins, a voice, ancient, mechanical, and angry, spoke in a language no living soul could understand.